All right, 43. Accordingly, when I regarded these words of yours as the divinest eloquence, Publius Rutilius Rufus, a man of learning and devoted to philosophy, observed that what you had said was not only injudicious, but base and dishonorable. The same Rutilius used severely to censor Servius Galba, whom he said he very well remembered, because when Lucius Scribonius brought an accusation against him, and Marcus Cato, a bitter and implacable enemy to Galba, had spoken with rancor and vehemence against him before the assembled people of Rome, in a speech which he published in his Origins. Rutilius, I say, censured Galba for holding up almost upon his shoulders Quintus, the orphan son of Cassius Sulpicius Gallus, his near relation, that he might, through the memory of his most illustrious father, draw tears from the people, and for recommending two little sons of his own to the guardianship of the public, and saying that he himself, as if he was making his will in the ranks before a battle without balance or writing tables, appointed the people of Rome protectors of their orphan condition. And Galba, therefore, labored under the ill opinion and dislike of the people. Rutilius said that he owed his deliverance to such tragic tricks as these, and I see it as also recorded in Cato's book that if he had not employed children in tears, he would have suffered. Such proceedings Rutilius severely condemned, and said banishment or even death was more eligible than such meanness. Nor did he merely say this, but thought and acted accordingly, for being a man, as you know, of exemplary integrity, a man to whom no person in the city was superior in honesty and integrity, he not only refused to supplicate his judges, but would not allow his cause to be pleaded with more ornament or freedom of language than the simple plainness of truth carried with it. Small was the part of it he assigned to Coda here, his sister's son, and a youth of great eloquence. And Quintus Mucius also took some share in his defense, speaking in his usual manner, without ostentation, but simply and with perspicuity. But if you, Crassius, had then spoken, you, who just now said that the orator must seek assistance from those disputations in which the philosophers indulge to supply himself with matter for his speeches, if you had been at liberty to speak for Publius Rutilius, not after the manner of philosophers, but in your own way, although his accusers had been, as they really were, abandoned and mischievous citizens, and worthy of the severest punishment, yet the force of your eloquence would have rooted all their unwarrantable cruelty from the bottom of their hearts. But, as it was, a man of such character was lost, because his cause was pleaded in such a manner as if the whole affair had been transacted in the imaginary commonwealth of Plato. Not a single individual uttered a groan. Not one of the advocates gave vent to the exclamation. No one showed any appearance of grief. No one complained. No one supplicated. No one implored the mercy of the public. In short, no one even stamped a foot on the trial for fear, I suppose, of renouncing the doctrines of the Stoics. 44. Thus, a Roman, a consular dignity, imitated the illustrious Socrates of old, who, as he was a man of greatest wisdom and had lived in the utmost integrity, spoke for himself when on trial for his life in such a manner as not to seem a suppliant, or prisoner, but the lord and master of his judges. Even when Lysias, a most eloquent orator, brought him a written speech, which, if he pleaded, he might learn by heart, and repeated at his trial, he willingly read it over, and said it was written in a manner very well suited to the occasion. But, said he, if you had brought me Sicyonian shoes, I should not wear them, though they might be easy and suit my feet, because they would be effeminate. So that speech seems to me to be eloquent and becoming an orator, but not fearless and manly. In consequence, he also was condemned, not only by the first votes, by which the judges only decided whether they should acquit or condemn, but also by those which, in conformity with the laws, they were obliged to give afterward. For at Athens, if the accused person was found guilty, and if his crime was not capital, there was a sort of estimation of punishment, and when sentence was to be finally given by the judges, the criminal was asked what degree of punishment he acknowledged himself at most to deserve. And when this question was put to Socrates, he answered that he deserved to be distinguished with the noblest honors and rewards, and to be daily maintained at the public expense in the Prytaneum, an honor which among the Greeks is accounted the very highest. By which answer his judges were so exasperated that they condemned the most innocent of men to death. But had he been acquitted, which indeed, though it is of no concern to us, yet I could wish to have been the case, because of the greatness of his genius, how could we have patience with those philosophers who now, though Socrates was condemned for no other crime but want of skill in speaking, maintained that the precepts of oratory should be learned for themselves who are disciples of Socrates? With these men I have no dispute as to which of the two sciences is superior, or carries more truth in it. I only say that the one is distinct from the other, and that oratory may exist in the highest perfection without philosophy.